What's up, guys? Today we will be ranking our top 10 best baits for fishing. Starting off with the frogs. These topwater frogs are good for bass fishing. They can catch big bass in places where you don't want to get your hooks caught in weeds or sticks or bushes, and they're just good for most things. Alright, on to number 2. Alright, so we got the swim bait next up on the list. The swim bait, bass love swim bait. They always go up and they pop the swim bait. They love to eat it, and you usually catch big bass on the swim bait. So yeah, that's good for the swim bait. Alright, to number 3. Alright, number 3 is the crankbait. The crankbait is good for basically the same thing as the swim bait. It just doesn't make chatter noises in the water, and it just cranks along and you can fish it, and most bass like it. There's other fish that like it too, like northern and carp and trout. And yeah, that's the crankbait. On to number 4. Number 4 is the Senko. Senkos are used for most fish. You can catch most things on it. Genuinely, they're used when you want to use them on a wacky rig to have them float down and do this bobbing motion. And yeah, there's other reasons why you use them too, like if you're in a pond on a boat, you can just have them float down and make that wacky motion. Bass love the wacky motion as it attracts their attention. And yeah, that's a Senko. Alright, on to number 5. Number 5 is the Whopper Plopper. The Whopper Plopper is iconic for its bass catching abilities. It plops around on top of the water and the bass will come up and smash it. You use this where there's not many weeds, as it has triple hooks which like to get caught on the weeds pretty easily. And if you get it snagged, it's a pretty big loss because Whopper Ploppers are pretty expensive. And that's number 5, the Whopper Plopper. On to number 6. Number 6 is spinners on a jig. These are great to attract fish's attention as the spinner spins around in the water and shines too. And it disrupts the fish, which make them angry and want to bite. You can use this basically anywhere as it's very versatile. And if you know how to work it, I can guarantee you're going to catch some big fish. That's number 6. On to number 7. Number 7 is the weedless lure. You use this in really weedy areas as it does not have a barb on it. So it might be a little bit harder to catch that big fish, but once you do, it'll all be worth it because you can fish in new spots that have never been able to fish in before with the weedless lure. And I can guarantee you that if you use this in a weedy spot, something's going to blow it up. And on to number 8. Alright, number 8, we like to call the alien rig. That's not its actual name, but we don't really know the name for this one. But anyway, we call it the alien rig because of its ability to hook up on bass where other baits just can't. You can use this about anywhere and it'll catch a big bass. Most of the time guaranteed. We've caught so many bass on this that the tail of it actually fell off, and it still works. And that's the alien rig. On to number 9. Number 9 is the basic fish. This works on almost anything, like bluegill or perch or bass. This will work on anything. We've caught so many bluegill on this that it's hard to count. If you use this in the right waters, it's a guaranteed hookup on something probably pretty small. And that's the number 9. On to number 10. No! Number 10 is the random little bugs. This will catch almost anything, no matter what water you're in. If you throw this on and a fish sees it, it's a guaranteed catch. And on to our honorable mentions. Alright, so our first honorable mention is the mini tube squid. These guys can catch some fish, but they don't always catch fish. That's why they're an honorable mention, and they're not the best. Our second honorable mention is the bigger squid, the real squid. This guy, we haven't caught a lot with him yet because we just got him, but I think he's going to be a good bait one day. Our last honorable mention is the black death noodle. This thing we also just got, so we haven't caught much on it yet or know much about it yet, but we know that it's a weird, mystical black death noodle. And that's the end of the video, so see you guys later.